This is Maria, and this is Maria's income. These are Maria's expenses. The gap between Maria's income and her basic expenses, this is where the fun happens and where savings happens. This is where she can spend money in New Zealand businesses. If this pile gets too big, so that the gap between the income and expenses gets too small, well, that's where poverty and debt happens. What is the biggest component of this pile? In New Zealand, it is housing costs, by far. We have more people paying more than half of their income on housing costs than any other country in the OECD. Why is that? That is because successive governments have ignored the advice on how to keep housing costs down. So for 30 years, expenses in the forms of housing costs have been rising faster than incomes. So these costs keep going up faster than this income, and this gap keeps getting smaller. What do the current parties in Parliament do about this problem? Well, they either ignore it and just watch people getting poor, or they increase minimum wage and benefits. Maria works for Anna. The government keeps making Anna pay more to Maria so Maria can cover her costs. So every time Maria's costs go up, we make Anna pay more. Maria's cost goes up, Anna has to pay more. Maria's cost goes up, Anna has to pay more. Remember, Anna is not causing these costs to go up. In fact, she's facing higher costs in terms of rent herself. You can see that this can't go on forever. If Anna keeps getting squeezed, she won't be able to employ Maria anymore, and Maria won't get any wage, let alone a minimum one. And because everyone in New Zealand has a smaller gap than we had before, there are fewer and fewer people to spend money in businesses like Anna's. So our whole economy is in trouble because governments don't address this pile. We'll end up with more and more people on benefits and fewer people able to provide jobs. So what do we need to do? We need to stabilise housing prices, and we know how to do it. We need to give wages time to rise naturally so that the gap gets restored. And we need to give everyone a universal basic income that Anna doesn't have to pay for. We can restore this gap. Only TOP has a plan that will restore housing affordability, give businesses back their customers, and give us a gap between our income and expenses. Let's get the gap back.